Welcome to a deep dive, into the Lord of the Rings. We're
Okay.
going to be focusing on the textual history and the early chapters of the book based on the excerpts you've provided to us,
Right.
which are from the 2005 Houghton Mifflin edition.
Yeah.
Um, I'm excited. This is
Yeah.
going to be fun.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I guess first of all, when we think about the Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
I think what's really interesting is that the text itself has a story to tell.
Yeah. Right.
So it's not just the story of, the hobbits and the ring and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
there's actually a whole history of revisions, corrections, and this effort to refine the narrative over time.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It's really interesting.
It's like Tolkien, he died in 73.
Yeah.
But the book, just continued to evolve.
Yeah.
Even the 1994 edition has a reconfigured index. That's not just a minor tweak.
Right. No, not at all. I mean, a
Yeah.
reconfigured index suggests that there were some pretty substantial changes to the content,
Right.
possibly even the structure of the narrative.
Yeah.
And it suggests that Tolkien was really, committed to crafting this world,
Yeah.
making it feel authentic. And he continued to think about it and evolve those ideas even after that initial publication.
That's fascinating. I mean, it makes you wonder, what prompted those revisions?
Exactly.
Were they corrections, or did he discover new layers to the story that he wanted to, weave in?
Right.
Just, it's really cool to think about that creative process.
Absolutely. And then if you look at the 2002 edition,
Mm-hmm.
the one with all the illustrations by Alan Lee,
Yes.
that edition has even further corrections.
Really?
So it really speaks to, I mean, it's Christopher Tolkien
Yeah.
who's doing a lot of this work, but it speaks to the effort to maintain the integrity of his father's work.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, is there a place we could go to, kind of look more into this textual history?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a fantastic book called J.R.R. Tolkien, A Descriptive Bibliography
Okay.
by Wayne G. Hammond, and it really gives a detailed account of the publication history
Wow.
of all of Tolkien's work.
Of all of it.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, it's a great resource.
I'm going to have to check that out.
Definitely.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about hobbits.
Okay.
I mean, I always thought that, they're so interesting, they seem so simple.
Right.
They love food and they love company and all that.
Yeah.
But even their origins are a little bit mysterious.
Yeah. Tolkien does this amazing thing where he weaves this mystery into the seemingly mundane parts of their lives.
Right.
And, one of the things the text reveals is that most hobbits don't even know their own history.
Wow.
Only a few hobbits, mostly from the older families, really kept any kind of records or sought knowledge from other races about their past.
So it's they have their own little hobbit historians.
Exactly, yeah, trying to piece together their heritage.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and, even those records only begin after they settled in the Shire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the most ancient legends, they have just barely hint at the time before what they call the Wandering Days,
Okay.
which was a period of westward migration.
Okay, so we know they journeyed west.
Right.
But why, what made them do that?
Yeah, well, the text mentions a shadow falling on the forest, the one that would become Mirkwood.
Right.
And it seems like they may have been fleeing something.
Yeah, it's ominous.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So, it just kind of sets that tone, there's something darker going on.
Right, maybe they were seeking a simple life, free from whatever that growing darkness was.
And it makes you wonder, did it follow them to the Shire?
It's a question that unfolds as the story progresses.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
we have to talk about Gandalf.
Okay.
Because from the beginning, he's suspicious about Bilbo's ring.
Right from the start.
He doesn't buy that simple found it story.
No, he does not. And it creates this tension between them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it actually strains their friendship because Gandalf is so persistent.
Yeah.
And Bilbo is, kind of uncharacteristically not being truthful.
Yeah. And it's funny because I was thinking about this part of the text and, it's interesting that Gollum refers to the ring as his birthday present.
Right.
And it's it makes me think, was it a present or was it something else?
Exactly. And I think that really speaks to the idea that the ring can twist perception,
Yeah.
making even theft feel like a gift.
Yeah. It's Tolkien is planting that seed of doubt
Absolutely.
very early on
Yeah.
about the nature of the ring.
Right.
And, is it good? Is it bad?
Exactly. Yeah. And that theme of doubt kind of continues throughout the text.
Oh, how so?
Well, think about the different versions of the Red Book.
Wait, different versions?
Yeah, the source of the narrative for The Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
It's not just this one static text.
Right.
There are actually varying accounts.
Wow, that's so cool.
Right.
Okay, so tell me more about that.
Okay, so we have what's called the Thane's Book.
Okay.
That's the first copy.
Okay.
And it's likely to contain information that was either omitted or lost
Okay.
in later versions.
Wow, so interesting. Like, what else could be in there?
And then there's Findegill's copy,
Okay.
which was made in Minas Tirith.
Wow.
And it includes annotations, corrections, and even an abbreviated version of the tale of Aragorn and Arwen.
There's a whole tale about Aragorn and Arwen. Oh my gosh.
Pretty cool, huh?
So cool.
And it's the only one that has Bilbo's complete translations from the Elvish.
Wait, Bilbo was translating?
Yeah, he was.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he produced 3 volumes of translations while he was in Rivendell.
Wow, that's so cool. I mean, that adds like a whole new dimension to his character.
Right.
Like Bilbo as a scholar.
Absolutely.
Like, wow.
Yeah, it's really fascinating.
And I mean, what was he translating? Like poems, histories, prophecies? Like, what is it?
It's just amazing to think about, what secrets and insights might be held in those translations.
Yeah, totally.
And the fact that he created them in Rivendell suggests a deep connection to that Elvish culture and language.
That's true. He did spend a lot of time there.
He did.
All right, so
Okay.
Bilbo's 11st birthday party.
Yes.
Okay, so Tolkien,
Master of detail.
yes, gives us the date.
He does.
Thursday, September 22nd.
Exactly.
Like he really wanted us to know.
It's like he wanted to ground this event
Yeah.
in a real calendar.
Yeah.
So that we could really experience that sense of time and chronology.
Yeah, like it's a real place.
Right.
That this happened.
Absolutely.
That's so cool.
And, amidst all the excitement of preparing for this grand celebration,
yeah.
you see this very relatable Hobbit anxiety about the weather.
Of course. Like, is it going to rain?
Yes, it could be nice enough for their outdoor feasts.
Yeah.
They love their outdoor feasts.
They do. It makes them seem so down to earth,
Right, exactly.
Even though they're in this extraordinary world.
Yeah, and then you have the scale of the party itself.
Right.
It's massive.
It's huge.
There are guests from all over the Shire and beyond.
I mean, it really shows how beloved Bilbo is.
Yeah, absolutely. And a little eccentric.
Yeah, a little bit.
But, definitely well-loved.
And then there's that very peculiar Hobbit tradition.
What's that?
They give presents on their own birthdays.
They do.
How weird is that?
It's a little quirky.
Yeah.
But it speaks to their generosity and love of celebrating.
That's true.
Those milestones.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I love that. Yeah. And then in the middle of all this celebrating,
yeah,
Bilbo,
he vanishes.
It disappears.
Yeah, right in the middle of his speech, he slips on the ring and he's gone.
It's crazy. I mean, and it's so interesting how Tolkien describes all the stuff he packs. He's got his old clothes and a sword and a cloak.
Right.
A leather-bound manuscript, a bundle wrapped in old cloths.
Yeah. It's like he's preparing for something. More than just a simple departure.
Yeah.
Like he knows he's leaving the Shire for good.
Right.
And these items suggest a journey ahead.
A journey with a purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe some danger.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, of course, he leaves the ring.
Right.
In an envelope addressed to Frodo.
Yes. And this is where the weight of the story really starts to set in.
Yeah.
When Gandalf comes back to the Shire.
Yeah.
And he has that conversation with Frodo about the ring.
Right.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
You're going to find this golden ring in this envelope.
Right.
But don't use it.
Keep it secret.
Make it secret. Keep it safe.
Yeah, his tone is so different.
It is.
Like in that scene.
It is.
He's not like his normal jovial self.
Nice.
He's like, oh, this is serious.
Yeah, you can tell that he knows something's up.
Right.
And, even others in the Shire start to feel this sense of doubt and uncertainty.
Right.
I mean, remember Lobelia Sackville Baggins?
Oh, yeah.
She's throwing shade at Frodo left and right.
Yeah, she's awful. Why is she so mean?
I don't know. She's just not a nice person.
Yeah.
She's questioning his lineage, his right to inherit Bag End.
Yeah.
She's just a nasty piece of work.
Yeah, and then a lot of people think Bilbo's just gone mad and died.
Perished in the blue, they say.
Yeah, and I love how there's this treasure hunt that happens.
Young hobbits are out there.
Looking for his gold?
Yeah, thinking they're going to strike it rich.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it's such a funny juxtaposition.
You're right?
Against the backdrop of this really serious situation.
Yeah, it's like they have no idea.
They're clueless.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that final goodbye between Gandalf and Frodo.
Oh, yeah.
Gandalf seems so burdened.
Yes, like he's carrying the weight of Middle-earth on his shoulders. And he knows what Frodo's in for.
Yeah, okay, so then Frodo, he just kind of tries to carry on with his life.
Right, he refuses to mourn Bilbo.
He throws a party the next year.
Yeah.
He kind of maintains that reputation for oddity.
Right, like everything's normal.
Yeah, but it's not.
No.
17 years pass.
That's a long time.
It's a long time.
And in that time, the shadow of Mordor has only grown stronger.
Oh, man. And that moment when Gandalf comes back
Yes.
and tells Frodo the truth about the ring.
It's like a thunderclap.
It is.
Right.
It changes everything.
It shatters that illusion of peace and safety
Right.
that Frodo's been clinging to.
Yeah, and he tells him, like, it's the one ring.
Yeah.
This is it.
This is the source of Sauron's power, and it's been found.
Right.
This is bad news.
Like, everything just changes.
Yes, the stakes are raised.
Yeah.
And Frodo is thrust into this role that he never wanted.
Right.
The ring bearer.
The fate of Middle-earth.
Yeah, it all rests on his shoulders now.
And then to really emphasize, like, how dangerous this is.
Yes.
Gandalf tells him about Gollum.
Right. The creature formerly known as Smeagol.
Right.
Who is corrupted by the ring.
Twisted.
Yeah, his body and mind were twisted.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it's a terrifying example of what the ring can do.
To a person, like what it could do to Frodo.
Exactly.
So then Gandalf urges Frodo to leave the Shire.
Right, he's got to go to Rivendell.
The last homely house.
Yeah, seek refuge there.
It's such a cool place.
It is.
It's like magical.
Yeah, the elves have this power to preserve beauty, and time seems to flow differently there.
Yeah, it's the perfect place to go to, like, figure out what to do.
Absolutely. Get some advice, forge a plan.
Yeah.
To combat the darkness.
But even just leaving the Shire,
right,
that first step,
yes,
is so dangerous.
Yeah, remember that encounter with the Black Rider on the road?
Oh, yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, like they're not safe.
No.
Even in their own land.
The shadow of Mordor has reached out.
Yeah, it's intense.
It's intense.
Then they meet Strider.
Yes, the mysterious ranger.
Yeah, who seems like rough and aloof.
Right.
But he knows what's up.
Yeah, he understands dangers.
He's a good guide.
He is.
And they have to face all these challenges.
So many challenges.
The Barrow-wights?
The Barrow-wights.
Weathertop.
Weathertop.
It's like non-stop.
Yeah, they're constantly being tested.
Yeah. And then Frodo gets stabbed.
Oh, yeah, by the Witch King.
On Weathertop.
On Weathertop.
Yeah, and it's like not just a physical wound.
No, it's a mark of the darkness.
Trying to claim him.
Exactly.
Oh, man, but then they get to that part in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
Where they hear the elves singing.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
I love that part.
Yeah, it's like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
After all that darkness.
Yeah.
Like a reminder that there's still good in the world.
And the elves offer them guidance and protection.
They do.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's a moment of respite.
Yeah, and they finally reach Rivendell.
Rivendell.
The last homely house.
Yes, a haven of peace and wisdom.
It's so awesome, and that's where everything really comes together.
Yeah, the Council of Elrond.
Yeah.
It's a pivotal moment.
Representatives from all the free peoples.
All of them.
Elves, dwarves, men, hobbits.
Amazing.
They're all there.
They're all there.
To talk about what to do about the ring.
The fate of the ring, the threat of Sauron.
It's so cool. And the decision to give the quest to the hobbits.
I know.
It's like...
It's surprising, but it's also very moving.
It's like they're the underdogs.
They are.
But they have this strength.
Yes.
That no one expected.
Right, exactly. And it's not just Frodo.
Yeah.
Sam, Mary, Pippin. They all choose to go with him.
I know. Their loyalty is amazing.
It is.
They could have just stayed in Rivendell.
They could have.
Safe and sound.
Yeah, but they're like, no, we're going with you.
Yeah. It's so sweet.
Yeah, it really speaks to the power of friendship.
Yeah.
You know, that you need those companions to help you through the tough times.
Yeah. Okay, so the Fellowship is formed. They're ready to go.
They're going to destroy the ring.
And their first challenge is...
Caradhras.
Crossing the Misty Mountains.
Yes, through the pass of Caradhras.
But it doesn't go well.
Nah.
The mountain basically says, like, no.
Yeah, a blizzard descends.
I know. It's, like, so intense.
It's described so vividly.
Yeah, you can feel the snow.
The icy wind, the biting snow.
Yeah.
It's like the mountain itself is trying to stop them.
So they can't go over the mountain.
Right.
So what do?
Well, Gandalf very reluctantly suggests an alternate route.
Okay.
Through the Mines of Moria.
Oh, the Mines of Moria.
It's an ancient dwarven kingdom.
That has fallen into darkness.
Yes. It's a place of legend and mystery, but also great danger.
Yeah. It's like, oh, no.
I know.
Not the Mines of Moria.
Yeah, but it's a decision born of necessity.
Right.
The pass of Caradhras is impassable.
Right.
Time is of the essence.
Right.
Gandalf knows the risks, but he feels like this is their best option.
Yeah, so they go into the mines,
Yes.
and it's literally like going into the heart of darkness.
Yeah, it's vast labyrinthine filled with the remnants of this fallen civilization.
And they meet a Balrog.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
A
man.
creature of fire and shadow.
I mean, you can really, like, picture it.
Yes, Tolkien's descriptions are so vivid. You can practically feel the heat of the Balrog's flames.
Yeah.
And the fear that grips the Fellowship.
And then Gandalf falls.
Yes, on the bridge of Khazad-dûm.
Oh, man, it's so sad.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, they lost their guide, their protector.
Yeah, he held them together.
Yeah.
And now he's gone.
Yeah, but they have to press on.
They do, carrying the weight of his loss and the burden of the quest.
So they come out of the mines
Yes.
changed forever.
Forever changed.
By what they saw and experienced.
Yeah, and they find themselves in Lothlorien.
Lothlorien.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
After the darkness of Moria,
Yeah.
place of breathtaking beauty and ancient magic.
Yeah, and they meet Galadriel,
Galadriel.
the Lady of Lothlorien.
Yeah.
She's so cool.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she's so wise and powerful.
A guardian of the ancient forests.
And she gives Frodo a glimpse into the future.
Yes, a vision of the choices that lie ahead.
Like, here's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Here's what you have to face. Oh, man. So they leave Lothlorien
Yes.
feeling refreshed
Yeah.
and ready to go.
Yeah, they travel down the river Anduin,
Right. But
then disaster strikes at the Falls of Rhoros.
Yeah. The orcs attack.
Yes.
Boromir falls to the ring.
He tries to take the ring from Frodo, and the Fellowship is broken.
Yeah. It's so sad.
Everyone's separated.
Yeah. It's a moment of chaos and despair.
Yeah, and Frodo and Sam, they're like, we gotta go.
Yeah. They realize they can't stay with the group.
Right.
It's too dangerous.
Yeah.
So they decide to continue on to Mordor alone.
Just the two of them.
Just the two of them.
Carrying the ring.
Carrying the fate of Middle-earth on their shoulders.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a major turning point in the story.
Yeah.
The Fellowship is shattered,
Yeah.
and Frodo's burden is heavier than ever.
Oh, man. It's like you said, their burden's heavier than ever.
Yeah.
And they're going to Mordor.
Yeah.
Alone.
Well, not completely alone.
Oh, right.
They have Gollum.
Oh, Gollum.
Yeah.
As their guide.
Yeah, but like, how trustworthy is he really?
Well, that's the thing with Gollum.
Yeah.
He's so conflicted.
Right.
He wants the ring.
Yeah.
But he's also terrified of Sauron.
Right.
So he's constantly like waffling back and forth,
Ah.
between helping them
Yeah.
and trying to betray them.
Yeah. He's like the ultimate wild card.
He really is.
So they're following Gollum,
Right.
and they have to go through the dead marshes.
Oh, yeah. The dead
It's
marshes.
so creepy.
Yeah. It's described as this desolate wasteland.
Right.
Like the air is poisonous.
Yeah.
The ground is treacherous.
Yeah, it's like a graveyard.
Yeah. It's like the embodiment of death and decay,
Right.
and it's a stark contrast to the Shire.
Right.
Like you go from this beautiful, vibrant place
Yeah.
to this horrifying wasteland.
And they actually make it through.
They do.
So,
I mean, it's a testament to their resilience,
yeah.
their will to survive,
Right.
but also Gollum's knowledge is key.
Yeah.
He knows the marshes.
Yeah. He knows how to navigate them.
Right.
He knows the safe paths.
But it's not just like the physical dangers.
Yeah.
Right? They have to deal with like the rain.
Yes. The ring is constantly whispering to Frodo,
Yeah.
trying to tempt him,
Right.
trying to exploit his doubts and fears.
Yeah.
It's a psychological battle,
Right.
as much as it is a physical one.
And I feel like that's where Sam really comes in.
Yes. Sam is so important.
He's like the rock.
Yeah, he keeps Frodo grounded.
Right.
He reminds him of what they're fighting for.
Of why they're doing this.
Exactly.
Yeah, their friendship is really something else.
It is.
It's so pure
Yeah.
and it's so strong.
Yeah, it's one of the most beautiful things in the story.
Yeah, they need each other.
They absolutely do.
And eventually they make it to Mount Doom.
Mount Doom,
Yeah,
the only place where the ring can be destroyed.
right.
It's the culmination of their journey.
But then Frodo, like, he can't do it.
I know, he gets to the crack of doom
Yeah.
and he just freezes. He can't let go of the ring.
Yeah, the ring has such a hold over him.
Yeah, it's like it's promising him power control.
Right.
And in that moment, it's just too much for him to resist.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
It is.
But then Gollum, he takes the ring
Yes.
and falls into the fire.
Yes, he's so obsessed with the ring
Yeah.
that he can't help himself.
Right, yeah.
He grabs it
Yeah.
and he falls into the crack of doom.
And the ring is destroyed.
The ring is destroyed.
It's over.
It's over.
It's kind of a sad ending.
It is bittersweet
Yeah.
because Gollum dies.
Yeah.
but the ring is destroyed.
Right.
And Sauron is defeated.
Yeah, so it's a victory.
It's a victory for Middle-earth.
Yeah.
But it comes at a cost.
Right.
And Frodo's forever changed.
Yeah.
By his experience.
But he's free.
He's free from the ring.
From the ring. So I guess, like, what's the takeaway here?
I think Tolkien is telling us that even in the darkest of times,
Yeah,
even when all hope seems lost,
there's always a chance for redemption,
yeah,
for victory,
yeah,
and that even the smallest of creatures
yeah,
can make a difference.
the hobbits.
The hobbits,
Yeah.
they save Middle-earth.
It's pretty inspiring.
It is.
Yeah. And I love how Tolkien, like, he kept working on the story,
Yeah.
you know, even after it was published.
Yeah, he wanted to get it right.
Yeah, it's like he's telling us to never stop learning,
Exactly.
to always be open to new ideas, new
Well,
perspectives.
Exactly.
This has been amazing.
It has been fun.
Yeah, I've learned so much.
I'm glad.
And to our listener,
Yes.
keep exploring Tolkien's world.
Yes.
It's always something new to discover.
Absolutely.
Till next time.
May your paths be filled with adventure.
And wonder.